This first one is called A Little Angel Inside. You looking for a seat? It's called A Little Angel Inside. It seems strange on the day the towers fell 5 years ago was when everyone was every television station and newspaper was praising our resolve for all the death that's been forced upon us. Well, it seems strange that 9/11 is the day the death certificates become available from Fuller Funeral Home. And this is the day we pick up my mother's ashes. Seems eerily strange. So they came to us with a neatly packaged cardboard box of Mom. And Christina from Fuller Funeral Home even handed me a small maroon bag tied tightly shut. And she whispered to me, "These are your mother's ashes." Oh. I knew the dress that we chose for her, the dress she wore to my wedding, would be burned with her in her cremation, but it never occurred to me that the earrings would survive. And here they are, in a little velour bag for me. Like how people try to keep something from the fall of the World Trade Centers who lived through the horrendous day of 9/11. Well, I think maybe this is what I'll keep. If anyone argues about them, I'll say, I lost that dress from my wedding for the cremation, so these earrings, they're a gift to me. Sorry. I know they're clip-on earrings, and they're not real diamonds, but they're 3 pretty little stones, today, tomorrow, and forever. And they look so dainty and delicate, and they're a good token for me to remember her. When we left Fuller Funeral Home today, Dad carried the paperwork, the death certificates. I carried Mom with me in her little containers. And I think I held that little red bag like there was a little angel inside. And I had to be delicate to make sure nothing happened to it, because I was its keeper now. I'll treat it well. I'll treasure it always. I promise. More about religion, and these are in three sections, and each section starts with a quote, and this is called Whether or Not It's From Religion. First quote. I'm ambidextrous. The nun would hit my left hand when I wrote because I'm supposed to use my right hand. When my right hand got tired when I wrote a paper at home, I would just switch hands. Things are supposed to be a certain way, aren't they? You can't do anything different from the norm. You have to abide by our rules. Whose rules? Ours. I thought I was listening to God's rules. We've interpreted God's rules. It is for your own good. Doesn't the Bible state that your behavior, that you're changing the Bible, is wrong? And that's when the child would be shut up again, quickly. Sometimes rules are needed to be instilled. They didn't care how the rules would be enforced, even though they preferred swiftly, cunningly, and angrily. Next quote. She beat me because I spilled some milk. She was showing me what Jesus would do. It is strange how people choose to instill the word of Christ. It's amazing how people get a power trip by putting a ruler to someone's hands. When you let someone else tell you that you can't get married, when you let someone else tell you that you can't have children, when you let someone else tell you that you can't have sex, well, isn't that why they molest little boys? And when they let someone tell you that you can't drink, when they let someone tell you that you can't have any fun, when you let someone else tell you that you can't have your life back, wouldn't you do your damnedest to take a little bit of life from everyone else? Well, that's probably what they did. They'll take whatever power trip they can get. Last quote. But when they go to a religious school, they have better manners than kids who go through a public school. Kids just need that strict direction in their life. I knew a woman who went to a Catholic school, And she wore a ton of makeup, and she smoked and drank, and she screwed anything she could. I knew a woman who went to a public high school, and she was an honor student, and she was in a sport, and she never drank, and she never smoked, and she never did anything wrong, and she never went to church. Maybe it's not religion that keeps them in line. It could be from the strictness coming from anyone, like their parents or a religion. I mean, it could be with being raised with rules or morals or values or standards. Whether or not it's from religion is irrelevant. Here's my only double one that's a funny one to end in. This was a news story that I thought I'd share with you. It's called The Power of the Devil. In November, a church held a pageant, and the ending was of a battle between God and Satan. The church hired a stage actor to play Satan, and true to the actor's form, he used many special effects to make Satan appear more realistic. The actor used a voice shifter for a dark and evil voice, and he also uses fire-breathing skills to make the devil more devilish. The dramatic show was too much for two congregation members because the two had heart attacks during the performance. One was in critical condition, the other died.